Hi, and welcome back to the Conversations podcast. I'm Daf.
I'm Mike.
And today we have a little bit of a Halloween-themed podcast for you. We are coming up on Halloween. Before we get into that, let's just talk about how your day has been. What's going on?
Nothing special. I woke up with a stiff neck 3 days ago. Thought it'd go away. It didn't. So yesterday I went and paid for a proper massage. And my masseuse is so good. An old Chinese lady, lots and lots of experience. Not a lot of English, but it's gone.
It's only Tuesday, so I know that not a lot has gone on this week. I know that you got me actually the cat food and my juice yesterday from Costco. Thank you for that.
On my way out, I passed the customer service counter, and I thought that would be a good time to. So on the news, social media, I've been seeing a lot of anxiety coming up over the EBT system, and all these scary scenarios people are talking about on social media regarding EBT being shut off November 1st. So people not having money to prepare for Thanksgiving. And so I asked the counter, I said, at the customer service, do you guys have a security booth or counter? Which they don't have. They said, what's the problem? Do you want to report something? I'm like, no, I was wondering if you guys are planning to have any extra security out in your parking lot for the upcoming EBT scare. And the lady looked thoroughly confused, like she had no idea what I was talking about. And I said, do you know what you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? And she's like, no. So I explained to her what I've been seeing on social media with the threats and the threats of robbing and looting people in the parking lot for food. I
know what you mean.
And she's like, yeah, no, I haven't heard about this. We'll take it up with the manager at the next meeting. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, you got till Saturday to prepare for this.
You know, it's a really bad time for the government to be doing this, like right around Thanksgiving time. Like that's the biggest kind of grocery shop of the year, right? I guess people do big Christmas dinners too, but I think
but
probably
people
Thanksgiving is
planning to enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. With that being said, I think you're a little ridiculous for doing that. That's kind of hilarious.
She thought I was crazy, I think.
Right. She's going to be talking about that encounter for a few days at least. But I do have to say that's a bit much. I don't know if people are really going to do it as much as they threaten. What happened during COVID times, there was like some theft going on in the parking lot, like exactly what you said.
But over toilet paper.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Toilet paper back then.
Let's hope the government gets it together.
I'm not going to Costco that day.
Stay safe. I do love a good Halloween movie. I'm going to list a few of my favorites, and then I'm going to ask you what your favorites are.
Let's do it.
I think the most memorable one for me is going to be like Monster House. It's animated. I think it came out in like 2008-ish. It just never fails to make me laugh. In the 90s, there was a Canadian TV series based off of author R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps series. They were books. Again, he was an author, but they made them into like 30-minute TV episodes. As a like Halloween treat, sometimes like our teachers would let us watch an episode for the class because it was only about 25 minutes or so. And like it was for young kids, but it was really kind of scary. Like I wasn't leaving my light on at night. It was nothing like Exorcist or didn't feel haunting, but yeah, anyway, the R.L. Stine's Goosebumps TV series, even though it's not a movie, but yeah, Canadian. So all the kids say a boat and all that stuff. Like you can, I don't want to say it was distracting, the Canadian of it all, but.
No, they have a different accent.
Yeah, they're obviously Canadian. Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp. Did you see that one?
No. Sorry.
You should.
It's good?
Yes.
Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Johnny Depp really can do no wrong.
The first Halloween-themed movie I saw him in was called Edward Scissorhands. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh my gosh, I don't know how that didn't make it on my list.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be a favorite, but it's definitely like eerie. I like it was totally vibe.
Halloween-ish.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of a tragedy. He dies.
Yeah, it's a Halloween movie. I remember seeing it around Halloween, and it became like a Halloween tradition after that.
Hereditary. Did you see that movie?
No.
It only came out a couple years ago. Really freaking creepy. Kind of a little too scary for me, but definitely a little jarring. Like you don't expect what happens to happen.
So one of those surprises.
Yeah.
Really surprise endings.
Yes. Honestly, the surprises are consistent throughout the entire, we were getting to the end of the beginning of the film, and there was like the first crazy surprise, and it just like continues steadily throughout the rest of the film. The Purge movies, the ones with the masks.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those.
I remember when
You
they
like
first
those?
came out, like refreshingly new. It wasn't the same thing over and over again when you see like a scary movie, right?
Yep.
So I appreciated the newness of it. The 28 years later. It's on Netflix right now. It was good, but it was kind of a lot of gore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, that's a Halloween movie then.
I'm not super into gore. I don't know. It was a
Yep.
lot. There was a few moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, can we stop looking at this? So I don't love zombie movies. And if I am not loving a movie, I will fall asleep. That is
I
guaranteed.
like zombie movies.
Yeah, I'm a big fall asleeper during movies. So 28 years later, I would recommend it if you're able to deal with that gore level.
Yeah. I'll go see it.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a few of your favorite Halloween movies?
I grew up with very strict parents. We were not allowed to watch rated R movies. When I was real young, there was like VHS tapes were like the newest thing, and you would go to a store and rent them. Like I was a teen. I remember being a teen and renting videos.
Yeah, when
Late teen.
when I was a teen, DVDs were out. But yeah, like my young childhood before DVDs, I definitely know a VHS.
Do you remember having to rewind them?
Yeah,
before
I would
you
have
took
to
them
do it
back?
by hand because our machine would
By
mess
hand?
it. Our machine would mess it up if we pressed rewind at the
Yeah.
end. We would try to, and our machine would always mess it up and spit out the tape. We were pros at fixing those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that took some talent. My cousins rented a new story, original story, called Friday the 13th, which everyone now knows turned into Friday the 13th, Volume 13. Like, there's just they went.
I won't watch any of those.
Yeah.
To me, I've never seen them. I don't need to because we get what's going on, right? Somebody's slashing. He's wearing
It's
the
ridiculous.
mask.
The first one was great. Scared the hell out of me, the first one. And I was, like right around the time driving. Yeah, that movie scared the hell out of me. 28 days, 28 weeks, zombie movies. I love zombie movies. My favorite was, I forget what it's called, but it's where they end up at a mall, a shopping mall, and they barricade themselves in. But then they did a retake of that one. It was so good. So I saw I like the original one. Forget what they called it. Dawn of the Dead, I think, maybe.
Looks like Dawn of the Dead came out in 78. Oh, they remade it in 2004.
That's it.
The 2004?
No, I saw the one in 78.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Yeah, I was young, more impressionable. I remember I didn't even want to drive home alone. Like we had like a video party, which was like the coolest thing in high school. Somebody's whose parents had a player. Not everybody had a player back then. Parents were gone. We all met up at his house. I think drank alcohol, which again I wasn't allowed to do, but did. Saw the movie, scared the hell out of me, and I remember just not wanting to drive home. A lot. That movie scared me.
You know, it's a good movie when it's a good scare like that.
That's about it.
Those are your top ones.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite past Halloween costume that you were dressed up as? I'll give mine first.
Go.
I was the Green Witch from Wizard of Oz.
The Green Witch.
I don't know what her name was, but yeah, the green one who gets crushed by a house. I liked that one because I had a guardian who like did not like Halloween at all. So this was when we were still being indulged and like could do like a cool costume. This was kind of the only one that we ever did that was really involved. Because
Yeah.
I had like the fake nose that had to be glued on. And then again, the green face paint. That was kind of a lot.
Did you have the ruby slippers?
No, I did not.
Aren't they sisters? Those two
The
witches?
witches, I think
Yeah.
so. But you're asking me questions that are related to the movie franchise called Wicked,
Yeah.
which I don't give an F about.
Really? You didn't like that?
Let me tell you why. Ariana Grande. So what was one of your favorite Halloween costumes from the past?
Dracula. I like dressing up as Dracula. And Halloween, I want to say, was my second most favorite holiday, I guess, after Christmas. Because I wasn't allowed to eat junk food, which included chocolate candy bars. So Halloween was like, yeah, I got out there early. I took a pillowcase because I was really ambitious. I needed that much room. And I hit a lot of homes. And after the second day, my mom threw away all my hard work. I was devastated.
Same thing happened to me. I'm not kidding.
Exact same thing.
Yes. There was a day or two stretch where I was told I would be given a piece every night for dessert.
Yeah.
And then magically a couple of days later, there was no more. And I thought, gee, I thought I collected more than 3 total pieces.
What did your mother tell you she did with your candy?
I wasn't allowed to question. It was gone.
Uh,
That's that.
I questioned, and my mom lied to me and said they gave it to starving children in China.
Oh, wow. Paying quite the shipping fee just to get that
I,
candy over
I
there.
just I couldn't get over the fact that she had just given it away, and
Yeah.
I just went crazy, and it was like it really killed like a piece of my heart, my ambitious heart, because like every Halloween after that, it was like, well, what's the point? Like why even dress up and get out there and bust my butt? Because mom's just gonna throw it away. I'm not
I
even
think
gonna
that's
enjoy
extremely
it.
normal. I think it happens to a lot of kids. I'm not saying it takes away the sadness and having that done, but I do think it's super common. Um, yeah. Talking about candy, let's talk about our favorite Halloween candies. I am kind of a candy connoisseur,
Yeah.
not just Halloween. All candy created equal in my eyes, except for candy corn and dots. Those are gross.
No, thank you.
And then Twizzlers.
Thank you again for
Weirdly
saying that.
gross.
Yep.
I do love red licorice, like the red vines.
Uh-huh.
Don't give me too many of those. I will put those away. Black licorice, red vines or Twizzlers. Ew. I hate black licorice. Get licorice away from me. In addition to loving a red vine, I love Crunch Bar, Skittles, 100 grand. You know the 100 gram bar?
I do know that bar.
So good. I go crazy for 100 grand. Those little Whoppers, they're kind of like malt balls. They're little,
In the cardboard carton.
mostly, yeah. Love Whoppers. Those are an acquired taste, though.
Whoppers.
I remember some of my friends growing up like hated Whoppers and thought I was gross for liking them. I
Yeah.
liked them.
Yeah.
They were fun. Reese's Pieces, not the Reese's Cup. The Reese's Cup is too much for me,
Yeah.
but the piece, which I think has less peanut butter, in my opinion, I like the Reese's Pieces. The hot tamales, little red circle ones.
Yeah.
I like hot tamales. I'm not a huge fan of the Mike and Ike's, which I know are like siblings to
Yep. I
the
remember
hot
those.
tamales. Don't love a Mike and Ike. But yeah, I'm really not turning away a lot of candy.
Almost all those candies you mentioned are like the the most popular choices at theaters. So did you go to theaters a lot growing up?
Not
And
more,
eat
not
that
any more
candy?
than normal. And when we did go to theaters, I remember sneak in treats that we brought from home. Not go to the Dollar Tree and get my own treats, which is
Right.
something I did as like a young adult and still do now.
Yep.
But yeah, it was bring treats from home.
We did the same thing.
Yeah, my Halloween candy preferences have nothing to do with movie theater candy.
It just like everything you were listing was like I remember eating all that at the theater only. That was like the only time I could eat that, and I like the red tamales too, red vines, and popcorn. But yeah, both my parents were like really behind that bring your own snack kind of thing, sneak it in, even though it was dishonest.
I don't think I've ever witnessed, I mean, I've been to the movies a lot. I don't think I've ever witnessed, even when it's obvious, like a movie employee walking up to someone saying, "Are you bringing in your own snacks? Like that's not allowed. Please
Right.
throw that away or put it back in your car." Like I don't think anybody actually cares.
So I remember seeing the movie Hook with Robin Williams. Did you ever see that film? Anyway, it was at a big theater, huge opening week, very crowded. And I remember seeing some people in line. Literally, their McDonald's Happy Meals were taken away.
Oh wow.
They were walking into the theater to see Hook, and all the kids had a Happy Meal.
That's Okay. That's pretty brazen. Not even putting it in a bag, like trying
Oh,
to
it was in a
hide.
McDonald's bag.
You know what I mean?
And they
Different
got
bag.
it taken away. Yeah.
That's
Oh, they didn't try to sneak
That's
it.
pretty brazen.
Yeah. Glad you don't like candy corn either. I hate candy corn. I think it made me sick when I was a kid, which is why I hate it now.
It made you sick.
I ate too much, so I wasn't
Okay.
used to sugar, and in my glut to enjoy my earnings, I ate a bunch of candy corn. I remember getting sick and vomiting.
Gross.
Anyway, I like the peanut butter cups, which came before the pieces. By the way,
Yeah.
your generation doesn't know that.
Yes, we do. I remember
do
when
you?
the pieces were dropped. Major hype.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They, oh well, that's another tangent. I like the peanut butter cups.
I remember my candy releases.
Yep, and Snickers. Snickers is my favorite.
Snickers is so played out. I could not have
Yeah.
another Snickers for the rest of my life and I'd be okay. There's a lot of other candy bars that do it for me.
That was like the healthy choice of candy bars.
That
Because
doesn't even make sense.
because it came with peanuts.
Okay, Almond Joy, Payday.
Yeah, I like Almond Joy too.
Oh, I love an Almond Joy. I
Yeah.
can't believe I actually didn't include that because I kind of really love Almond Joy.
Yep. And then another one that I used to. Do you know Abba Zaba?
I can picture it because I've seen it when I go into like the specialty candy stores, but I've never had one.
I pulled out one of my own fillings.
Oh my God.
Eating it once.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I've ever since then I never bought it after that.
You know why I've never had one? Because I feel like I almost subconsciously know that would happen. Like it just
Yeah.
seems dangerous. I
It
don't know
did.
why they create things like that are dangerous. Have you ever had a sugar daddy? One of those?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those I would think were kind of dangerous.
Yep.
I liked the sugar babies. They had them in the little clusters.
Oh, I remember those.
Those
Yeah.
I liked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sugar daddies, I thought like they were dangerous because it would get really
And they did.
thick.
Did
I
to
don't
me.
even know how to
Yep.
explain it.
Really ripping people's fillings out.
Do you have? I know Halloween is going to be on a Friday this week, so it's probably going to be a big one. Do you have any plans?
No plans, but I don't buy candy and put it out anymore
Oh,
because yeah, it just if you're not attending to it all the time, like you'll go check on it and one of the kids will just take the whole freaking bucket
yeah,
and pour it into their bag.
yeah.
To hell with everybody else in the day. It's just, and then it's just upsetting me because I'm like greed is bad enough among adults, and it's like, so now kids are getting greedy.
I remember when I would go trick or treating, I would encounter the same thing. You go up to a house which only has like their porch lights on, and they're obviously not answering the door. They have a sign,
Yep.
and yeah, their bowl would be empty, and it was it was kind of early in the night. So when there's a huge number of people met with that same temptation, you're
Yeah.
bound to find one or two that are going to give into it, right?
Right. But I remember it used to be, I don't know, maybe it's the neighborhood I live in now or recently, but you used to be able to like sit out there and watch the bucket and people would constantly, like there was a constant flow of visitors from like, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then you could close up, go in, turn your lights off. But I don't know, the neighborhood I'm at now, you could sit out there for like 20 minutes and it's like there aren't that many kids out on the street anymore.
Oh, I do think it became not so safe. People aren't as trusting anymore.
Yeah, it's changed since we were
Yeah.
young.
Sad.
Are you putting candy out this year?
Where I live, we actually don't get trick or treaters.
Yeah.
I would like to because I love to see people's costumes, but no, I will not be putting out candy. I also will not be home on Halloween because I will be working. I have some clients that are getting married on the first week of November, so I will be sitting their dogs. It's kind of a long sitting, so I'll be sitting for them on Halloween. They live near a elementary school, so I do assume there's quite a few kids in that neighborhood. If they would like for me to leave a bowl out and answer the door, like I totally would. It might just be a bowl at the gate, which is fine. But
Which will get emptied
oh yeah, for
in
sure.
20 minutes.
If by not me, the kids. I'm just kidding.
You're going to gorge, huh?
No, I'm very conscientious. I'm like, okay, let's not pig out because my clients usually do have a candy bowl.
Yeah.
I'm always like, okay, literally one or two pieces. Don't be a freak. Last year I was working on Halloween as well, and I was able to answer my client's door because that dog is super friendly. And I loved seeing all the kids' costume. I think
Yeah.
my favorite costume was I don't know if you've ever seen SpongeBob, and if you have, you probably don't know the specific Doodle Bob episode where SpongeBob finds a magic pencil where wherever you doodle or write becomes to life. Long story short, there is an evil twin of SpongeBob, and his name was Doodle Bob. He's kind of all like just gray and graphite color because he's
Doodle Bob.
written with a pencil.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my favorite costume that I saw last year. One of the kids walked up at my client's house and he was Doodle Bob. It was so funny.
I'm not doing anything for Halloween. Except I'm going to turn off my lights, make sure all the windows are up on my cars, and yeah, and keep the doors shut. Probably play a computer game with my headphones on and ignore the doorbell.
I think a lot of schools are now doing like Halloween themed events. So you can do like a safe school gathering Halloween thing where
Yeah.
it's like your child's peers
Yeah.
who they already know. There's no randoms, no infiltration, no razor blades in the candy, anything crazy like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular, not necessarily even Halloween related, but like an urban legend that just really creeps you out?
Not really. I don't believe in ghosts or spooky things like that. I'm more afraid of real people than
You don't
and
believe in ghosts at all.
right.
That's wild. Ghosts are definitely real.
Yeah, I disagree with you there.
Oh my gosh. That's
I'm not afraid of ghosts.
what?
I'm more afraid of my neighbor than any ghost.
Wait, okay. So you're not afraid or ghosts don't exist?
Both.
Okay.
I'm not afraid because they don't exist.
Wow, y'all. I just learned something about Mike. I did not know that
Yeah.
you were a non-believer. Not even to use that term. That term's kind of cringe, but
Non-believer?
what the heck?
Yeah. Okay. I'm a non-believer. I just
Wow.
there are no ghosts. There's evil though. There are evil men, evil animals.
Not evil demon spirits that possess objects or act unobjectified.
I might agree with you there on evil spirits, but they don't they can't take form and hurt you.
I definitely am afraid of the Slender Man entity or fable, whatever you want to call it. Creeps me out. I don't like to see people dressed up like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were talking about favorite Halloween costumes. That's my least favorite.
Do you mind telling me what does Slender Man look like? Never heard of Slender Man. Is this like a kind of ghost?
It says here, one of the most famous urban legends. I can't believe you've never come across him. Slender Man is a tall, thin, faceless, humanoid figure usually described as wearing a black suit and tie. Most distinctive features are unnaturally long arms and legs, a featureless white face, ability to stretch or grow tentacle-like appendages from his back, and a mysterious, unsettling presence that causes paranoia, memory loss, and madness in those who encounter him. So usually, apparently, he's like targets children, and children would see him like maybe you're on a playground. There's a forest next to the playground. You look into the forest and you see like this figure. Pretty identifiable. He wears all black, white face. Again, identifiable. And then he starts to like make you go crazy. You're paranoid that you're seeing him everywhere. And next thing you know, he's like calling to you and you want to go and like find him. You're like curious.
And what does he want?
Let's see if it says. Over time, Slenderman became known as a supernatural stalker of children and those who discover his existence. Oh, I guess it's not limited to children. Common themes include victims seeing him in the background of photos or forests, Slenderman causing disorientation in cameras and electronics when near.
I've heard of things like that.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know it was attributed to Slender Man.
it's one of his attributing features, apparently. People who see him becoming obsessed, paranoid, or ill. So, like I said, he starts to really affect you. Can appear anywhere, teleport, and manipulate minds.
Scary?
Often connected to abandoned buildings, foggy woods, and endless dark corridors. There was a really tragic situation in 2014 when two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin attacked a classmate and claimed they did it to appease a Slender Man. I'm pretty sure they're still in jail. I think
Yeah,
the girl
let's hope so.
I think the girl survived,
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was rough.
Well, controlling my mind, I don't believe that's Slender Man, but I've had to experience my mind being controlled, but that was by the girl I was dating. So maybe Slender Woman.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
believe in.
Was she slender?
Yeah, all my girlfriends are
Was she
slender.
super pale? Wear only black?
So, yeah.
Oh.
One was very pale. Yeah, and she dressed goth all the time.
I wasn't expecting yes. to
Yeah,
those
black
answers.
hair. It was a Japanese girl.
Oh, okay. So she did have long arms and long legs. That
And
was
very
going to be my next question.
Pale skin.
Oh my gosh. Well,
And black silky hair.
let's-
But it looked good.
let's hope she's doing well.
Yeah.
We wish her nothing but greatness.
I lost track of her years ago. But she tried to tell me what to think. Often.
Apparently, she was. That's just who she was, down to her slender
Yeah.
core, her slender woman core.
So Slender Girl.
I don't know. I have never heard about it being female.
But he scares you.
It's just a really creepy
Yeah.
entire deal.
Have you ever thought you saw him?
No, because I keep him out of my mind.
Never been in your photos in the background?
Nope. No. I'm not a big
Yeah.
photo taker.
Yeah.
So I know in our initial pod, we were teasing some studio driving stories.
Yeah,
And I know you've told me about driving for a certain mom.
very controversial.
She's controversial mom figure,
Yeah,
um, Miss Octomom.
yeah.
So
Nadia,
driving for Octomom, what was that like?
that job made an impression on me because she was so controversial. Every time I drove her, it was pretty bizarre.
And there's 4 different times you drove for her.
Yeah,
The first time you picked her up in Whittier,
where she was living with her mom. Yep,
and when you picked her up in Whittier, what was that like?
had an address in Whittier. I'd never picked somebody up in Whittier before. I remember getting there. As soon as I got there, there were like paparazzi all over outside. Her mom's house was in a cul-de-sac in a regular neighborhood, paparazzi everywhere. I remember there was a local lady brought a taco stand or like a taco cart and was selling breakfast burritos to because there were so many people there just hanging out.
Like after concerts, they're like, oh, this is a good money making opportunity. Let's set up here.
Exactly. Well, everybody was either paparazzi or um, from another newspaper, couple reporters, me, friends of the family, I think, hanging outside. Anyway, yeah, I pulled up and somebody told me where to park because I figured out where the house was, and I was going to go in and knock on the door, and not go in. I don't go in, but I call, or if there's no pickup, I knock on the door, let them know I'm here, I'm waiting for you. Paparazzi tried to. It was the first time I got harassed by the paparazzi. They were trying to ask me questions, what I knew about it. I didn't even know about her. Just saw the name on my paperwork. I didn't know why she was famous, why people were there, but I was supposed to take her to an interview, and got there early, which was what I usually do. And but yeah, they harassed me. I remember one reporter asked me if I was the father of any of her kids,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, he was trying to do that. So the paparazzi will say anything. They're really good at triggering you, and they just want to get a response. And the more sensational, the more pictures they can sell. So yeah, I looked at the guy and I didn't even answer.
And where did you take her?
I took her to so what I later heard or found out was somebody was trying to help her with a new house, a bigger house. So I was taking her to this house that they were planning to give her, and they interviewed her. So I basically took her to another house for an interview, which was something I had never done before,
Okay.
which is why, yeah, really stood out. Just waited out front. As it turns out, she didn't get that house. That house didn't work for the bank or her or the benefactor who was. It was kind of this mysterious person who was wanting to help her. So the second time I picked her up, we took her to a second house that ended up being the house that they gave to her, or that she moved into.
Well, there's probably not a lot of houses to choose from that accommodate 14 children plus herself. So maybe it
Yeah.
was hard just finding the right house.
Well, in those days, house sales were still pretty hot.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know, the first house, I don't know why it didn't work out, but the second house, that's the one she ended up moving into.
I do just want to say, I remember when she was in the tabloids, I was pretty young,
Yeah.
but it was like hard to fathom somebody having 8 babies all at once on top of already having six.
Yep.
So I remember that's why I was kind of just following the story.
Yep.
She seemed like a sweet woman, so I didn't understand like why she didn't have a man in the picture or whatever. But I do remember reading a article. I think it was when she was losing the said house you were talking about, because she was holding a yard sale where she was trying to raise at least $100,000. That's what the article said. And she sold like a Kobe Bryant jersey for like 120 bucks. But she also, this is what grossed me out. She sold a pair of white panties that she signed and that apparently she had worn them when she was pregnant. I'm like, you're just, I don't know. When you're trying to appeal to the creeps like that,
Yeah.
I can't be. And I knew that as a kid too. I was like, that's creepy. Why is she? Anyway,
That's, yeah, that is creepy. You mentioned you thought she was a sweet woman.
That was just my consensus off of the newspaper, sorry, the magazines that I was reading.
Yeah.
She seemed like a nice woman
Yeah.
and seemed like she wanted to be a mom, obviously.
I don't mean to criticize, but I think she was more interested in the attention, the fame, a new house than being a mom.
You're allowed to criticize me. You were the one who actually spent time with her. So
Well, she was one of my passengers. So yeah,
during that exact time. So
I feel like it's maybe not my place to judge.
what happened on the third time that you drove for her?
It was so reality shows were like a big thing right around that time. They were like new, but definitely a hit. There was all kinds of reality shows. So the pretense was that I was picking her up to bring her to an interview or to the studio. The truth was I had to show up 3 hours early. They wired my car with microphones, lights, camera brackets and braces. Then the producer got in and basically he told me, just drive, just go in a big circle. We're not going to the studio. We're doing a mobile interview. So it's like I was taking her somewhere, but the producer asked her a bunch of questions while I drove and made it look like it was, reality mobile interview. But like the point of bringing the car was to interview her in the car. So I didn't take her anywhere, just a big circle around her new home. I couldn't help but overhear everything from the interview. I mean, they're right behind me, and it was a real mobile interview, like not on a set. We were in my car. Well, it was a stretch Ford excursion, so plenty of room. But yeah, she loves talking.
So the fourth time you drove for her, how did that go?
That was the most normal of the runs. I picked her up back at where I first picked her up at her mom's house. I didn't know the details, but apparently the house that she was given that didn't work out, or she wasn't living in it anymore. She was back in with her mom. I picked her up there and took her to the studio. And yeah, that was pretty much the last time I drove her. And I think her fame kind of faded after that.
I did see earlier this year, like in March, she was doing some interviews.
Really?
So but
Yeah.
I didn't actually read them. I just saw the headlines. People
Yeah.
are still interested, but
I don't know how she got along because yeah, she was not doing very well financially, and needed help. Had all these kids. People wanted to help her. Said they wanted to help her, but yeah, she's always been struggling.
you know what I just figured out? I think she was doing the publicity back in March because she released, or maybe she was a part of, or whatever. I didn't see it. There was a documentary or something about her situation,
Yeah.
about her giving her birth and how crazy the paparazzi and everything was when that happened. So
Yeah.
yeah, there was a new series or something that was released about it. So maybe that's why she was doing the publicity. I hope her children are okay.
They got to be how long ago was that? That must have been 15 years ago.
Yeah, so they're probably
I think her kids are
16-ish.
they're all like teens now. Yeah, and they're all the same age, right?
Well, that's the Octo 8.
Yeah.
She had 6 before, so the
Yeah,
other
and
ones
they
are
were
even older, right?
Yeah. I didn't follow her even when she was like a big deal. I didn't like driving her, so I didn't follow her after. Haven't followed her since.
I definitely don't think I've ever looked up her Instagram. As interesting as the story is, I don't think she's very interesting. It was just an interesting story.
Yeah.
Again, 14 kids, that's pretty insane. I think that concludes our first studio driving story. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Halloween's just a few days. I am looking forward to vegging out with some candy. I don't keep any candy in the house, so I will be enjoying some when I get to my client's house.
Skittles.
A few Skittles.
Yeah.
I really am trying to stay away from like the red dyes,
Yep.
the red dye 40. So
I'll share those. You want to pick up a couple $100,000 bars for me? I'll eat some of
100
those.
grand.
100 grand.
Those are kind of, I don't want to say they're rare, but
They're old.
not as popular as obviously Milky Way or Snickers or anything. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. Oh my gosh, look at us talking about Halloween stuff.
Chocolate.
We're gonna end it. Thank you so much for tuning into our second Conversations podcast. I enjoyed talking today. Anything you want to say to sign off?
No. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, y'all, and we'll see you next week.